Hey everybody, Chad Nobody Else's Auto. Some more great new inventory to check out tonight. 1957 Cadillac. Now, finding any of these old Cadillacs is getting tough anymore, and the parts for the guys that are restoring them are having trouble finding them. So this 57 is just a four-door, and it's a little rough and it's missing some pieces already, but finding any of this stuff is so hard that I was excited to go ahead and get a hold of this one, bring it in, add it to inventory. We'll get her put in the row with some of the other 50s era GM cars, and it'll be here for guys that have these cars. They're going to need bits and pieces to restore or maintain theirs. So Cadillacs, obviously, according to their slogan back in the 50s, the standard of the world. That's what they went by, and they kind of were. Back in the 50s, 60s, you knew you made it when you were driving a Cadillac. So cool to get some of this stuff in. Don't get an opportunity to buy any of these cars from the 50s very often anymore. So like I said, even though this one's a little rough and pretty much just a parts car, we're still glad to get it. So let's go wander around this thing and check it out. The tail fins in 57 had not quite reached the height that we were soon to see a couple short years later with the 59, but they still definitely stood out for that time period. Love these little Cadillac script. This one's obviously also missing a tip off of it, but chrome all the way down that fin. Back of this car is missing the tail lights and a little bit of trim, but we still got our fins. We'll take a step back, kind of look at this thing. Like I said, this car is not complete. It is missing some bits and pieces, but it still has a lot of stuff on it. These old caddies are tough to find and tough to find parts for. So let's take a peek inside of this one. It is a four-door hardtop, so there's no pillar between the two doors. Dash cluster is missing, but still a lot of other bits and pieces on this. Check out these emblems on the door panel. Now, we look at these door panels, and obviously there's not any need for door panels to be this fancy. You need an armrest, you need your controls. But look at the trim around the brushed stainless band across it with the Cadillac symbol on the door panel. No reason for that whatsoever other than to be beautiful back in its day. So we'll peek inside here. Like I said, the cluster's gone, the radio's gone. There is still some dash trim in this car. We can see the emblem still on the other door panel as well. And even the headliner in this car had chrome strips across it. The dome light was on the side, right above the pillarless part of the roof line. Just very beautiful cars. We'll come around the front. See these big old Dagmars sticking out on the front of this 57. Park lights were down below it. Two big fins right on top of the hood. One hood ornament wasn't enough. We had to have two of them on a Cadillac. Passenger side of the car is still pretty straight. Here's kind of a funny one sitting beside it. Grand Am versus tree. The Grand Am lost. But we'll take a peek in the passenger side here. Right there on the dash, Cadillac. They never wanted you to forget that you were riding in the standard of the world in that era. Even here along the pillar of the rear door, just a small narrow piece of chrome to finish out, and even a short piece right there by the back window to literally complete this entire line between the windows. Two small pieces of trim that would be easy to miss, but they've added to a Cadillac to make sure there was complete flow of all of these lines. But that's what happened back in the 50s. Style was so important that even these small pieces were critical to making sure they got the design the way they wanted it and to make it look like something that was going to appeal to their customers. Under the hood of this old Cadillac, once again, definitely missing some pieces, but a lot of good stuff still here. Carburetor and air cleaner are obviously gone. Factory air stuff, a lot of that is still here. We see the compressor, condenser, brackets, lines, pulleys, power steering, power brakes. Of course, you know, Cadillac being standard of the world, most of these cars were equipped that way. Let's see if we can get in here and see the valve covers. Once again, Cadillac wanted to make sure that you knew you had the best out there, even when you looked under the hood. So little touches like that didn't make the car run any better, wasn't that important, but they wanted to make sure that their customers knew they had the best of the best at any given time. So there you have it. The standard of the world for 1957, the 1957 Cadillac. So, cool old car, was glad to add it to inventory. I've actually got a perfect spot picked out for it. I'm gonna sit it right next to the 1957 Buick Roadmaster that I've got, the 1957 Oldsmobile 98 that I've got. I'm gonna put this 1957 Cadillac right beside them. So, it'll make a good looking lineup here in the yard. So definitely glad to add this one to inventory. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got any questions about this Cadillac or any of the other 2,000 cars and trucks we've got here on the ground and Nobody Else's Auto, or anything else you see on the channel, be sure to give me a shout, 620-786-4428. Having that short conversation about your project, year, make, model, body style, the parts you need, the type of build you're doing. All that information is critical for me to know if I may or may not have something here that can help you out with your project. You like old cars, you like old trucks, you like memorabilia, be sure to check out the channel, Nobody Show. That's about all I know to talk about, so that's about all we do on here. But I think you'll enjoy it, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, check out some of the other videos, and see what we've got going on. Hope you enjoyed the Cadillac. Stay tuned. I've had a lot of great inventory coming in. You don't want to miss any of it. So hit that subscribe button. Definitely stay tuned. We got a lot more cool stuff coming up. Hope you enjoyed the Cadillac. Hope to see you soon on the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.